I think we are live now. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Loud and clear? Awesome. So, before we talk about the project, do you guys remember the activity that we did in Anton's class about bell bin roles? Can you guys tell me about or tell me what's your role and tell us something about it? Let's go with you first, Caitlin.
Oh, right. I remember I'm a team worker. A team worker is they are the most active internal communicator. Um, they are willing listeners and communicate freely. As a promoter of unity and harmony, they counterbalance the friction and discord that can be caused by. Oh my god, that's so complicated. But um, okay. It says here too that they um they are the most aware of individuals' needs and worries. I think that should be. How about you, Maria?
For my team role in Belbin, I am actually a plant, and plants are usually the creative one and the imaginative ones. They usually like to do problem solving, and I think it would work out more on this project because we focus both on those, right? What about you, Patrick?
Oh, mine is based in our activity. I got the monitor evaluator, which means I see different kinds of options and I mostly judges accurately. Okay, perfect. That would definitely help to do our project. So as you guys know, we are doing we have to do the Tel Aviv, which is in the Israel, right? So I'm wondering if maybe you guys been in that city before, or like have you guys heard this city before? Let's go with you first, Caitlin.
No, I've never been there. Never heard it
Oh.
before. Um, but I think that this project is interesting, even though it's kind of complicated at first. But for me personally, I think that like getting to know a city that you've never heard of, and especially like the culture, tradition, like tourist spots. Um, I think that this is a good practice for us to be flexible and knowledgeable maybe in this project. How about you, Maria?
Yeah, like you said, we've never heard of this city before, right? I've also not very familiar about Israel, but I do know some employers that are from Israel. So I do know some part in terms of tradition and in terms of a little bit of foods, right? Um, yeah, like I said, if we research more on this project, it would actually help us in the future as well, right? So it is very interesting that we came in terms with this unfamiliar city. So the more we research to it, the more it interests people, right? So what I was thinking, maybe we should build up a brochure. So that way we put information, we also put very interesting facts inside it.
Yeah, that's true. So now that you actually mentioned about our brochure, which is a really good segue. We need to make first thing we need to do is make a plan, of course, like a step by step, the things we need to do in order to execute this project. So, oh yeah, Caitlin, tell us about what we did, like the outline thing in Ansel's class.
Oh yeah, you remembered. When you were not around, Maria, we made a structure already for our brochure. Um, it's pretty much like the sequence of what's gonna be inside of it. So, of course, I think we need to focus on like the content about the culture, of course, the food. We're gonna put a lot of information about food and also the attractions and interesting facts. Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry, because we are going to share the documents. Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any additional information to share, Maria?
So I really like how you guys are very focused on foods because that's what mostly attracts people, right? Yeah. So when it comes to like structure, it's really good that you guys are focused on that. And for me, I think brochure, it's really important to have that table of content, right? Table of content. The purpose is to help audience to make them familiar of what the topic is, and yeah, introduction, and most importantly is also the image. That way, people will be like, oh, okay, this place is what I'm looking for. That's very interesting, and under it is like basically the summary of what that is. So yeah, the food would be really good, and for me, maybe you would add some, very interesting places, for example, that very unique or you've never heard before. Um, Also put some culture towards it, right? So that's very good that you guys really researched about this.
Yeah. I just want you guys to sorry. I just sent the documents, Maria, and would you mind if we just open those documents real quick, guys? Can you do it for a second, please? Oh, you got it? Did you open it already? Perfect. So as you can see there, um, it includes the structure. So as you can see, the first one is introduction, second one is table of contents, So I want to know, guys, if which area you want to focus on or like do some research. Let's go with you, Kathleen.
Um, I think I'm more comfortable on doing the activities. I've made quite a research about Tel Aviv, and I just found out that they have a lot of extreme activities, and I think that I could look it up with some legit websites. How about you, Maria?
So, yeah, like I said, it's really good to have the roles that I know we're supposed to focus on some of those parts, but we also need to be focused for the whole thing, right? For me, I already researched some interesting places in Tel Aviv. So, like, interesting facts about it, right? So, what I meant by places is where we attract tourists, like natural attraction or man-made attractions is really important, right? When in terms of facts, like I did research already. I have like five things, so maybe you guys, I can show it to you guys and be like, oh, that's interesting, right? So I really need your guys' opinion too to make everything work out.
Yeah, we will definitely gonna help you with that one. And for me, I guess I'll focus the food one because you guys didn't say that part. So basically, for this one, I will research some cuisines, food, authentic food, or like dessert that you can find in Tel Aviv in Israel. So yeah, which is really interesting because I'm really big fan of food, basically. So yeah. Oh, what are
Wait,
your
sorry,
thoughts?
you guys. What's
Yeah.
gonna be our target market actually?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
do you want it to be like the baby boomers? Is that right?
What
Or
do you think, Maria?
yeah.
Okay, so like Tel Aviv is actually the first modernized city in Hebrew. So when it comes to like modernized, you think about millennials, right? Of ages from above 16 to like late 20s. That's what mostly attracts tourists, especially parties, cities, foods, tradition of what they're doing, because it's more modernized now, right?
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely.
Yeah,
For
I think we're
the
good. So
yeah,
our target market are like the millennials.
true,
Right.
yeah.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
I just want to highlight the very end of our brochure, which is the useful information, because I think it is really crucial to include this in our brochure because in this outline that we did, basically it will this is the part where you can see the contacts or the websites that you should go in order to visit this place, like the flights, about the travel, right, Caitlin?
Right, right. Yeah, I remember we wrote that. But if we still have a lot of like words, like if we're missing words, because our maximum is 1,200, right? So if we were not able to exceed that, I think that we could insert a few more informations in the end that would really be helpful for our readers.
Yeah, and lastly is the time. We have to set a time or a date that we should accomplish, right, Maria? About that, can you give us like some informations or like thoughts about it?
So when it turns to time, it's very crucial. You need to think about the due date. So on this term, I really think that we should be done this project by like Monday. So
Yeah,
that
Mondays.
way, I think that our team should be focused on putting full information. That way, that if we're putting full information, we can just edit it, add some more, or erase some unimportant stuff, right? So Monday would be a good time for this, and then after that, you can just just add more, right? So you're not rushing to finish this project. It is very important.
Wait, okay, so over this weekend we're gonna search about the informations, right? And then by Monday we're gonna like talk about what we researched, and then by Tuesday with our next meeting to Anton we need to present a draft maybe because
Yeah,
the deadline.
also, yeah,
Yeah.
that's really true. Also, don't forget to do the citation. Don't forget to save the website perhaps, or like um the reference thing, because that's really important, in doing the brochure, because it is not our own information and we're basically like pulling out some information from websites or articles. So you guys should keep that in mind, okay, when I'm researching. I guess this this meeting is already done, I guess. So our brochure should be in a full details and structurized in a form that is easily to read and understand by audience. This include all the history, the customs, the foods, places, etc. So thank you guys for like giving us time to do this conference, and thank you so much for like trusting me to be your host. So yeah,
Yeah, thank you. You guys have a good night.
thank you.
Um, Thank you so much. But
Yeah,
is it okay if I add some addition to that
sure. Yeah,
question?
Mhm.
So not only you think about the city, you think about the places and attraction, you also think about the people, right? So you think about giving them pleasure, giving them excitement. So I really like how we're really into this, right?
yeah,
Bringing this idea.
true.
So yeah, that teamwork is really important. So
Yeah,
thank
don't
you
worry,
guys
guys,
so
because
much.
I will keep on updating you about our research or our documents, and don't even like hesitate to ask me some questions. Like, how to reach me, right? Like Instagram or like
Yeah,
my contacts. So thank you so much for your time.
yeah, I
Have
think
a
we're
good
Thank
good.
night.
you.
Bye
Bye.
bye.